Stevie Pitbull here. Late night, of course. You know, there's a lot of videos of me talking about the business. And I'm always in the shop. What I never do is show the office. Yeah, the office. That's right. Yes, they're all mine. And I drove the car in every one of the races. But anyway, the office. I never show the office. Yeah, that's when I had much bigger balls. Man, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? All right, so look, anyway, the good old days. Yep, a bunch of old time cars that I had, but the office. So I'm always in the shop complaining. Now, my business is so difficult because let's just walk around. Look, I used to sit on the side of the counter, right? Somebody would be standing over here, and what I would do is I'd say, we'd have to bring them in the shop to show them the car because I like my customers to see everything. So I'd say, go through the wooden door, right? And they would stand there, and they would be confused. They would just be confused about what the wooden door is. So I actually put a sign here that says wooden door. And there's only two doors. There's the one you came in, and there's the one to the shop. And they would get so confused about what door to walk out that I had to put that sign up. Anyway, so, my living hell, and it's just gotten worse. I need mechanics like you won't believe. I'm down to 3 mechanics. And there's none out there. There's simply just nobody. I don't even have a shop hand. I need a shop hand. So if anybody local wants a job that's worth a damn, call me. Anyway, check out the Humvee. I just picked up a Humvee. I think that thing's cool as hell. All right, so this is my living hell. So besides my own vehicles, another car's worth too. Besides my own vehicles, I have to deal with all of these vehicles that belong to people. So it's overpriced vehicles that cost a lot of money to fix that are now broken down and costly to fix. And I have to take money to fix them. So it's a shit place to be. I'm in between someone's transportation and their wallet, right? So I've been doing this for so long. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. And everybody comes in the office with some kind of BS excuse or whatever. So it started with the what not to do to us sign. Wait, move the pen. The what not to do to us. I have faculty guidelines and what we won't do to you. You got to excuse me. I have been working 70 to 80 hours a week, so I'm spent. I'm losing weight like crazy, which is good. But other than that, it sucks. So what I do is I post, and these are old, mind you. I post the dealer options labor rates, including Pep Boys, their labor rate, right? So I let them know that's their option out there, right? Now, I also have signs. Now, I'm not going to read all these signs because it would take too long. So if you'd like, you just freeze the video. That's it. You press stop and you freeze the video, right? Asian and American cars are like farm planes. They need a tune-up and a lube every once and again. European cars are like the space shuttle. One trip to the moon could cost $1 million, U.S. for the moon, because I work on European cars. I mean, they all come to me with the same type of crap, right? Just tell me what my car needs. It's called diagnostics. It costs us money, Here's my favorite. We have our own personal problems. Not interested in yours. So I have all these signs to show people that as soon as they start going down this road, that I've been there already, and here's the answer. Conversation costs time and money. My time and your money. I mean, it goes on and on. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on ours. This is a good one. This is for all you mechanics. Ever since I got my car back, doesn't mean a thing unless notified within 24 hours of picking up. Kissing ass is a tactic for covering up shady workmanship or overpricing. We offer quality workmanship instead of ass kissing. We don't bring ingredients to restaurants. Please don't bring parts to us. Or us parts, however. Jesus doesn't work here. Diagnostics and repairs over the phone are not possible. You thought Mercedes are good cars. Yes, to drive, not to repair. If it's common sense that the car costs more than most people make in a year, that the repairs will cost more also. So I've been there. I've seen it. I've done it. And I've learned that there's so much work in my business that if you're just honest and do the right thing, the work comes around. But when you're a guy like me, you get your ass kicked by these customers who piss and moan and cry consistently about things. So you have to put them in check. And my all-time favorite, my sister-in-law got me this. This is my all-time favorite. I can explain it to you, but I cannot understand it for you. It is what it is. I'm very busy. So I have all these signs, and I this is also another one, right? I was telling a woman today, and when I find myself explaining things 4 times, like I'm talking to a 3-year-old, and them still not getting it, it's because they choose not to get it. So what happens is I'm telling you the truth. The truth. And as soon as it stops working, I flip this around. Then I tell her, hey, no problem. It's not going to cost you anything. It won't break down. It won't get worse. Just keep driving it. This is what you want to hear. And it's really a tough gig doing what I do. It really is. You know, I mean, for starters, I mean, crap. Let's just take a look at what's in the shop. I mean, and this is slow. This is a car. I got a brand new engine from BMW. 10 grand in the car with a bunch of other stuff. 3 weeks later, the car just shuts off, goes into park. All the lights are up like a Christmas tree. I don't know. Footwell module? Maybe. Alternator? No. Ground wire? Maybe. So that's a living hell, okay? That we have to decide. This car came in, a guy bought it, says, yeah, I want you to fix it. Okay, we go to fix the car. It's got everything wrong with it. It turns out the whole bottom of the car is filled up with water. So I end up buying it. You know, he wanted to fix it for $1,500. He wanted to loop me into that price because that's what he had to spend. I said, take your car, leave, and don't come back with it. He sold me the car. P.S. I had to gut the whole interior, clean everything out, hang dry everything, unclog all the drains, and change a bunch of computers. Now this thing runs like a champ, believe it or not. I mean, it has not one light on it. I mean, this car is mint. I sold it to my neighbor's kid. Good kid. Then we have, yeah, just make me a key. I saw it on YouTube. I need a key. No problem. A key. I saw it on YouTube. Shouldn't take long. Living hell. So the car was at a locksmith. He couldn't do it. So what does that mean? It's a problem. My problem. Living hell. Oh, it gets better. Here's another one I own. Beautiful car. It's a diesel, A3 diesel. This thing is beautiful. Struck by lightning. Yeah, that's right. Struck. Who gets a car in their shop that's struck by lightning? I do. We dug into this car for a week. $3,500 into me. I told her, look, you either got to go the distance or call it quits. I bought the car. This car's going to cost me 10 grand to fix. I know it. I know what it's going to cost. It's going to be a killer. I feel sorry for the girl. And you know what I'm going to do when I fix this car? I'm going to figure out what it cost me to fix it and I'm going to offer it back to her. I know it's worth 17 grand, but at the end of the day, it's going to cost me 10 plus what I'm into it for. I'll probably be into it for about 13, 14. She can have it back for what I'm into it for. Anybody else is paying full ticket if she passes up. But she sold me the car. Poor girl sorted this thing out. Got it because it was a diesel. It got struck by lightning. Airbag, I mean, the car's a shit show. So, anyway, this thing here. 6.5 GM diesel, I believe. It shuts off out of nowhere. I'm going to just flip this thing. I had a guy offered me 20 grand for it the other day. I think I'm just going to give it to him. Problem is, I got to get it to stop stalling. Cool as hell. I really like that. But anyway, it's a living hell being me, doing what I do in this shit show. And if you ever find a good mechanic that does things right, that doesn't screw you and doesn't rob you, cherish him or her. Because we are a dying breed. There are very few of us. And I don't mean someone who goes on YouTube or works in a driveway with a bucket of tools. That's not a mechanic. That's maybe a mechanic. This shit show. You know, a friend of mine has nothing better to do with his money. He gets stoned out, goes online and buys something and dumps it in my lap and watches Pimp My Rides and wants me to wave a magic wand and make it new again. That's a shit show. Anyway, I rambled enough. That was just showing you on the other side of the counter. Now I got to find the dog. Oh, look at this, honey. Look at this, honey. If you don't know what you're looking at, just move on. If you do, you can drool. That's one of like a dozen. Got a whole bunch. Yep. My little Cosworths. Nothing better. Yep. It's a shit show, all right? So, that's my rant. That's tonight's video. I will try to post more. And I'll talk about how they brought back racism, yeah. Just when, you know, the last 10, 20 years, 30 years, everything was copacetic and everyone was getting along. Somebody brought back racism, using it like a tool. My God, people. Is everybody that ignorant? Oh, racism. That is the biggest crock of shit going right now. Racism. All right. Off and running. Back to the counter. You don't want to be over there because it's going to cost you money.